everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little different, and that is throwing it back to those summer bucket lists that we used to make as a kid. I have been feeling so nostalgic for like the 2013, 2014, 2015 era when we used to sit down, grab a big notebook, grab all of our colorful pens and pencils, and just make a beautiful bucket list of all the things that we wanted to accomplish during the summer. And who says you have to be a kid to make these? Here I am as a 25-year-old adult making mine, and I invite you to make yours along with me. So grab a big notebook, grab all of your colorful pens and pencils, and let's make ours together. So I've got a list here of a whole bunch of mine that I want to add. I'm going to do 50 total, but you can do 10, 25, 100, as many as you want, obviously. But I'm going to keep mine nice and simple with 25 on each side, and I've got my other camera set up here so you can kind of see what I'm writing and drawing, how I'm styling mine. So I'll be switching between the two cameras and we can make ours together. So along with my 50, I have a whole bunch of other ideas on here as well, because obviously we're not going to have the same goals and bucket list items. So I have literally my big old list up here, and I've got it kind of separated into sections. So we'll just kind of go through it, and maybe I might think of things as we go and I'll add them on, or of course I invite you to add yours on as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to just write the big old summer bucket list up top. And the first thing I'm actually going to do is write in my numbers to make sure that I'm actually going to space this properly. So like I said, I'm just going to do 1 through 25 and then 26 through 50. Alright, that's all written, and now it's time to get into the fun part, which is actually writing down our goals. And I'm going to use my Sharpies for these. I don't actually know if these work anymore, but we'll see. So my first section is going to be kind of career related, so I have a bunch of things that I want, and then I have a few ideas for you as well. So my first one is to practice with my camera. I have my nice DSLR camera, and I really want to practice photography and all of that stuff with it and get better at it. Going along with that as well, I want to practice with my drone. I haven't taken it out in years. It was really expensive, so that is something that I definitely want to use. Next up isn't really a fun one, but something that I want to do, and that's a closet clean out. Now you can pick any room and clean, you can add multiple rooms, whatever you want, of course. And then my more professional, career-oriented one is to get 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I just hit 3,000 not too long ago, so I really think that I can hit 5,000 by the end of the summer. So that is one of my big career goals. And then a few more ideas that I'm not going to write down, but that you may have. If you're also a content creator like me, you might have an amount of videos that you want to do, or an amount of followers on a certain platform you want to reach. I just kept it simple and just put YouTube on here. You may also want to do something like create a vision board. Maybe you want to start a whole new career and that's one of your goals, or get a promotion at the job you already have. You can also review or set new monthly or yearly goals, or check in with your goals that you set at the beginning of the year. Start and maintain a budget is another one, or even volunteer. So next section here is beginning a lot of the fun stuff, and I'm just gonna go right into it. And my first one is to go on a girls trip, or a guy's trip if you're a guy, obviously. I'm also adding a few things that I know I'm gonna do, and that's kind of throughout the whole thing, but I wanted to add them anyway because it's fun to just check them off. So first is a parade, and that's like the 4th of July parade I plan on going to. Also with that is watching the fireworks, so I'm gonna add that as well. I also really want to go to the state fair and eat state fair food. And another thing I really want to do is go to a water park. There's one literally just a few blocks from my house, and I've never been to it, so I'm gonna add that on as well. A few other ideas that kind of fall into this similar category is going to a museum. You could go to a concert or festival. Library is another fun one. You can just study there or actually go check out books. You could go to a drive-in movie, or you could treat yourself to a solo date. And I'm also adding little doodles as well in there next to some of the pictures, or to fill in some of the gaps. And of course, you want to get outside as much as you can during the summer, so my next section is a lot of outdoorsy stuff, or things that I really want to do outside. So the first thing is a boat ride. My father-in-law owns a boat, and so it's so much fun to go out on the river and go for a boat ride with them. I also want to swim in a lake or a river, so I'm going to add that. Last year, I also got a paddleboard, and that was so much fun. I only took it out once, so this summer I definitely want to take that out more. I also want to have a beach day, take some umbrellas, pack a picnic, and just chill out on the beach. Watching a sunset is also important, or even a sunrise. I definitely want to get out and have multiple picnics this year. I got this super cute picnic basket last year for my wedding shower, so I'm really excited to use that again. As well as playing tennis. There's tennis courts just a few blocks away, so they're easy to walk to. I also want to go on lots of walks. I go on a walk every single morning, so that's no problem for me. Hammocking is also a lot of fun. I've got a lot of camping trips, so I'm gonna make sure I bring my hammock along to those. And I also want to make sure I'm drinking lots of water because that's super important. Some other ideas that are kind of water related and going outside could be tubing, going kayaking or canoeing. I definitely want to do that this summer as well. Going on a long bike ride would be a lot of fun. Also stargazing or looking for shooting stars and just laying out under the night sky. Or maybe you want to try a new sport. I know pickleball's super popular right now, but I just stuck with tennis for mine. Or maybe you're into running and you want to reach a new goal. Maybe you want to do a 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon. Next are some more just miscellaneous and just things that I want to do around the area. And the first being getting ice cream and maybe trying a new ice cream place. I feel like that's such a summer staple. I also really want to go to the local farmers markets and just get some fresh produce and veggies. And this is something that I didn't do last year, but I really wanted to, and that is visit the state capitol. They got free tours, and that's something that I really wanted to do. Mini golf, zoo, conservatory, those are some really fun summer staples that I love to do. And I also really want to go to our local amusement park. Some other ideas you can add are picking fresh berries. We did strawberries last year and they were absolutely delicious, so much better than store-bought. Also having a game night with your friends where everybody brings their favorite board game or card game and you all play them together. Maybe you want to try a new coffee shop, and of course you could go bowling. The next section is one of my favorites, and that's like the really outdoorsy things to do. These are always some of my favorite things to do, and that includes things like camping and making campfires and having s'mores. Also just sitting around the campfire and telling camp stories. Of course, I want to get out and do some hiking. I've also got quite a bit of road trips planned, so I'm going to add that onto there as well. And I really want to just get out there and appreciate and explore where I live, and that's Minnesota for me, and wherever that is for you, I hope you really just appreciate where you live and find all of the fun things to do around you. I also want to visit a new national park and a new state park, and I've got a few on my list that I'm really excited to see. I'm also adding hike to a waterfall on here. And I really want to collect some rocks, shells, sea glass, just roam the beaches, and I actually have a rock tumbler, so it would be super fun to find a bunch of cool rocks to tumble. Another one in this section is to explore a new city. A couple more ideas could be fishing or rock climbing. Alright, and on to the last section, which is kind of the craftier, artsy side. This summer, I really want to make bracelets. I already bought some stretchy string and some beads, so I have plans to do that. I also want a scrapbook. If you know me, I have a travel scrapbook, and I'm really excited to catch up on it and add more pages. Kind of a weird one is I want to restore instruments. We recently came into possession of a saxophone and a trumpet, and they're pretty old and worn down, so I want to restore them and possibly start learning to play them. I of course want to try new recipes and eat healthier. I'm also adding makeup painting on there. I don't know what medium or how big or small I'm gonna make it yet, but I still wanna paint. I also need to have a planting day where I repot my plants that are either dead or need bigger pots and just give my plants a good refresh. I also want to eat more dinners out on my patio. We have just a beautiful view of a little pond. We have a nice umbrella, so I want to make sure we're getting out there as much as possible during the summer. I also want to finish a book, and for you it may be to read 5 books, 10 books, whatever, but for me I just want to at least finish one book. Some more ideas are going out and doing karaoke with friends or doing a photo shoot. You could even rearrange your room and give it a nice refresh. Maybe you like to build stuff or do woodwork or even flip furniture or paint or refurbish stuff. Maybe you want to host a party, or maybe this is your year that you finally plant a garden. You could also have a movie marathon. You could also do a social media detox where you don't go on your phone for a day or multiple days or even a week. And now my last two, which are just to try something new and to make this a summer to remember. I feel like that's just a fun one to have as your last one, and I'm going to try to make it come true. Alright, and that is everything on my summer bucket list. I hope you got some ideas for yours, or maybe you created yours along with me. I'll have this hanging up and I'll be checking things off all summer, and I am just excited to create a summer to remember. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel or go follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I post there every day, and thank you so much for watching.